Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brad Matheny. It is March 11th, and I'm going over the TTScanner Hotlists for you this week. Want to remind you to please come visit my website, pay attention to what I do, join my expert growth membership right here, or come down and take a look at the real value that you get here with all of my quantitative predictive modeling and other resources. It's very, very important that you understand the scope and capabilities of what's taking place. I was highlighting some of this just this week. These are the pure alpha trades, the DPST. You see here is up 40% over what? Just an incredible week and a half. I mean, these are some pure alpha trades, are really solid. TECL really hasn't gone anywhere, it looks like. When you get into the actual value, for example, of these foreign trades with pure alpha, EURL got a trade just yesterday, short, it's up 0.71. Yin got a trade just yesterday, it's off 0.26. These are great trade, swing trade setups for you to pay attention to. Let's come over here to the hot list, the value stocks, pure alpha. CRM is off 7%. That was a trade about a week ago. CVGW is off up 0.06%. OMC is a trade 2 days ago, is up 0.56%. Now remember, these newer trades take a while to generate some profits typically. SMG is up 1.67%. And again, these pure alpha trades are sitting here for you, waiting to come get it. Let's take a look at the hot list. See what we've got here. AMD, a new long trade, is up or is off 3.9%. BK, a new trade yesterday, is up 0.11%. GE, a new trade 2 days ago, is off 0.60%. INN, a new trade just yesterday, is up 1.4%. Meta, a new long trade from about 3 days ago, is off 2.99%. OMC, a new trade as of Friday, is up 0.39%. THC, a new trade as of Friday, is up 3.34%. Tesla, a new trade as of 3/8, is up 4.71%. And WLK, a new trade as of Friday, is up 2.35%. And ALL, a new trade as of February 27th, is up 8.3%. And PFE from February 27th, about a week and a half ago, is up 3.41%. The benefit of pure alpha here, ladies and gentlemen, let me scroll up to the top, is that you not only get the standard modeling mode, which is unranked, all the triggers based on the standard trading model. You get the rotational modeling mode, which allows you to see which direction any symbol is going. So C is short from 310. This is rotational modeling, meaning always in, bullish or bearish. So if you're trying to make a decision about something, you can come in here and take a look at the triggers, the newest triggers. OMC has got a new trigger short. Post has got a new trigger short. RH has got a new trigger short, up 10%. Snap has got a new trigger long, off 11%. These are rotational modeling, so they're going to have a little bit broader risk involved. SFY has got a short, up 3%. THC has got a short, up 3.4%. Tesla's short, 4.71. VIRT is short, 9.78% profit. Again, the wealth of a potential opportunity here for you is endless. Come over here and take a look at some of these triggers. You know, AN, a long trigger, up 22%. ARKK, long trigger from 110, up 7.15%. ARKQ, a long trigger, up 6.8. ARKW, up 13.9. Bank of America, short trigger, up 12%. CFG, Short trigger up 17%. It's really hard to argue with some of these numbers, folks. Excuse me, a little tickle in my throat. Okay, so part of what you get with the Expert Growth membership is all of my research, plus you get my video analysis, custom indexes, hot lists, cycle patterns, MENT live trades, which I was just showing you with those individual trades, plus my message board. You get all of this, literally hundreds of trade potentials every week to help you stay abreast of what's going on in the market, and all of my research so you understand what's coming and how to manage your long-term investment capital. Remember, your investment capital should be focused on the MENT Rotational Modeling system. As I like to explain to people, if you have $1 million in total assets invested, 90% of it would be deployed hypothetically to the MENT Rotational Modeling system, leaving 10% of it deployed in the trading model, which is this. This is how you manage your trading account, $100,000 hypothetically of your million. This is how you manage 900,000 of your million hypothetically. And then this is the results of the MENT Rotational Modeling system, not the trading performance, not this. This is so you understand how to protect your capital effectively in different periods of the market. This is an always-in strategy. It's always going to be in a trade, either long or short, typically. Very rarely, if at all, is it ever out. It's really never out of the market. It's always either bullish or bearish. In this case, we are bearish 50% right now, SPY, and cash 50%. That's how we're running the system right now. Okay, let me go back over here to the TTScanner hot list. So this is the value hot list. And what we are going to do, there we go. We have 3 new triggers this week. We have Hasbro, which is a short. It's already up about 12%. This was a trigger as of Monday. We have J&J, Johnson & Johnson, which is a short, up 1.97%. And we have Southwest Gas Holdings, which is a short, up 1.48%. We have a new flat trigger here in Caterpillar, and the rest of these triggers have been in place for a couple of weeks. This one, which appears to be Omicron Group, is 4 weeks old. It's off 4.46%. It is a long trigger with negative thrusting. So understand, thrusting is a measure of intermediate trend, intermediate moderate trending. Now this is a weekly chart, so this is based on weekly. When you're in a long trade, you want to see green and positive numbers. When you're in a short trade, you want to see red and negative numbers like this. This is a pretty good negative number here. Now, larger negative numbers above, say, 50, 60, 70 or positive 50, 60, 70 typically indicate some sort of an extreme trend. So when you start to get these negative 55s or negative 63 or negative 82 like this is kind of indicating that you're nearing an extreme pullback in a trend. So here we have a green trigger with a negative 77. This would indicate that we're getting a fairly severe pullback in travelers in a bullish trending mode. Same thing would be here, 48, 46. These would be considered moderately severe pullbacks in a bullish mode. This is a early stage bullish thrusting pattern. Could see this continue to move, bearish thrusting pattern. We could see this continue to move downward. Intel could continue to move downward. This is Hasbro. This is moderate, extended to the downside. This is fairly strongly extended to the downside. And this is 93. Yeah, 93. That's very strongly extended to the downside on Johnson & Johnson. Okay, so these are the only new triggers here. Hasbro short, Southwest Gas Holdings short, and Johnson & Johnson short. Now we'll come back over here to the TTScanner main ETF list. We have no new triggers. You can see here we have this one trigger from last week, ITA long. It's off 2.69%. We have a negative thrusting pattern. We have not hit our targets. This is our aerospace and defense trade. I mentioned this could have been a pretty good trade. We're still bullish. and we've got a pretty good profit factor and a pretty good win rate. But this pullback in the market has not been fun. So we're at 113. Our stop level's at 115. We're likely to get stopped out of this on Monday. So this was a moderate loss, about 2%. Now, how you would allocate these, remember, in your trading allocation, your $100,000 hypothetically, which is now only allocated at 25%, which means you'd only be trading with about $25,000 total, you would break that $25,000 into 10 or 15 trading slots. So hypothetically, $2,000 to $2,500 each. So in this particular trade, had you taken ITA, you would have put $2,000 into this, maybe lost 2.7% of 2,000. If I do the math right, that's about $400. So understand that you are not risking a fortune on these trades. What you're doing with your trading is trying to catch decent trends using the TTScanner Rotational Modeling or TTScanner system that can last like this. Longer term trends. As we're moving into sideways flagging, remember, you're not going to see a lot of long-term trends. Okay, so now, whoops, wrong direction. Let's go to the core list. This is the invert list. We have two trades, one in HIBS, high beta bears short. It is in trade profit. Now this is a 3X. So understand, with 3X ETFs, you have to be very cautious of the volatility factor. So understand that you can still trade them. I'm not telling you you can't trade them, but understand that 3X ETFs are going to have a much higher volatility rate than regular ETFs or 2X ETFs. So you must be aware that you're kind of gambling with 3X ETFs more so than regular ETFs. Okay, so this is off 16.94%. We are at 5.77. This is a stop at 5.43. We're likely to get stopped out of this next week. We're already above it. This short on SOX at 22.54. This is a short. Stop is 27. We're still in this. We've been in this for 5 weeks. We got 8.38% profit. We're not going to hit these targets. These are excessive targets. So you want to try to manage this. With this 28% profit in the trade right now, I would be looking to try to pull out probably 50-60%, because this is, the target levels are just beyond the scope of SOX moving lower. But again, pretty solid profit factor, not the greatest, but a pretty solid win rate overall. But again, these are 5 weeks old. So these are essentially showing us that we're 5 weeks into moderate trending. Okay, here is the core list. We only have 2 trades. MJ short, 43 weeks into the trade, 52% profit in the trade. Stop is at 5.57. And we have XLE, long trade, 60 weeks in the trade, 34% profit in the trade. Stop is at 77.70. You can see we're not getting a lot of new trades. We're back into bearish on the core list. Let's take a look back over here at the core inverse. Bearish, 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 bearish. And let's go to the main list. Bearish, bearish. We were green. We did have a lot of greens a couple weeks ago. But again, the markets are flattening out, ladies and gentlemen. So my advice to you is to stay cautious, stay properly hedged, consider reducing trade quantity until we get some real clarity. And again, I don't believe clarity is coming until June or July of this year. So be aware that we have at least another 2 or 3 months of extreme volatility, and I believe June or July will become a very solid opportunity for traders going forward. All right, guys, follow my research. Come back to MENT.com. Join Expert Growth, please. Support my research as we continue to move forward. And like I told you, this banking contagion is likely to be unwound just as quickly as it showed up. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of next week we realize that Silicon Valley Bank is going to be acquired by somebody and or resolved in some way, that is efficient. I don't believe this is a major contagion event or crisis event. I believe it is an isolated banking event through failed risk management, and I believe it's going to get settled very quickly. All right, guys, talk to you soon.